Vision boards are absolute trash. Yes, I said it. Vision boards are trash. But what if it's not as much about vision boards as a concept, but more about how you're doing them? We're going to talk about the common reasons today why vision boards are not effective at helping you achieve your dreams and your goals, and what you can do instead to make your 2025 amazing. I am Coach MJ. Welcome to the Persistent Purpose Podcast. I am your host. I'm a coach, a speaker, and an event producer, but I am on a mission to help you pursue your purpose with persistence. And today, like I said, we're going to be talking about vision boards. One of my most favorite success tools, one of everybody's most favorite success tools. And this is what I call New Year's resolution season. We're coming to the end of the year. This is the time where people start to realize my year did not turn out the way I wanted it to be, but next year is going to be different. And we start doing vision board parties and we start setting New Year's resolutions. It's really vision board season or New Year's resolution season. But then we create the vision board and then we set the New Year's resolutions, and then it doesn't even make it out of the month of January when those visions are fading for most people. Now, if you are a person who is able to achieve the things on your vision board, then you've already figured out the secrets. Good for you. And I'm glad. Please continue to share what you're doing in the comments and with the people around you. But most people do not achieve what's on their vision board ever. And we're going to talk about why in this episode. I have 10 common reasons we're going to talk about. I'm hoping we can get through them, but if we don't get to all of them, I will do a part 2 to make sure that you are not spending your time creating a vision board that's not going to a bit more help you to achieve your goals and dreams in the man in the moon. So let's get into it. Okay, so mistake number 1 of why vision boards, that the way they're being done, are trash, and what you need to do instead. The mistake number 1 is that there is no specificity. So people choose vague or generic images like a picture of a beach. A lot of these vision board parties, they will have you to bring, or they'll supply one of those trifold boards, or maybe it's just a regular piece of poster board, and they'll tell you to bring magazines, or they'll supply magazines and scissors and glue. And you get there and people just start cutting things out, words and pictures that are nice, but they're not specific to what they actually want. Specific visuals that represent their exact goals. Like instead of a picture of a beach, a picture of the resort that you want to visit in that particular example. You have to be intentional. So the fix to no specificity is being intentional about selecting images that align directly with what you want, your desired outcome. So if you want a specific car, go find the exact photo, the right color, the right model, everything, because our minds, they are beautifully and wonderfully made, fearfully and wonderfully made. They will help you bring to pass exactly what it sees. It doesn't know the difference between reality and what's fake. So your mind is going to say, well, you keep showing me that. Let's go about making that happen. That's how our minds work. Be very specific. Be careful showing yourself the wrong color or the wrong layout, the wrong style, the wrong model of whatever that is, or the wrong experience, the wrong situation, because you'll find yourself in that situation and saying, that's not what I really wanted, but yet that's what I have. So being specific. Mistake number 2, a lack of an emotional connection. The images on the board should be able to evoke strong emotions or a deep sense of desire so that they can so that you can fall into inspired, consistent action. Because here's what's true. Looking at a vision board is not going to help you achieve anything. I don't care what they say. You need to actually take action. Seeing your vision board and feeling the emotion of what it would be like to live that life, to achieve that goal, to accomplish that action. That's when I say emotional. I remember the first time I had an emotional connection with a goal. I went through a visualization activity it was a coach that was doing it, and she was guiding us through with her words of what we should be thinking about. And I literally was brought to tears imagining the life that I was going to have if I achieved that dream. If you don't get emotionally excited or just full of tears of joy, or just like, that feeling of, oh, I got to have that. If you don't feel anything different, you just look at the picture and you're like, then this shouldn't be on your vision board. That's not your vision. And that's okay. You need to replace it with actual images that can evoke a strong emotion, because that strong emotion is what's going to then translate into you going to get the thing that you want. Because again, your mind is like, you keep showing me that. I want that. Let me go about making that happen. Number 3 mistake, that your board is hidden away and forgotten. I can't tell you how many vision boards I have created using the magazine method, which I highly am against, right? Don't use magazines unless they just happen to have the pictures you want. But what ends up happening, just sidebar, what ends up happening is we let the magazine and whatever pictures that publisher happen to put in the magazine guide what we say our vision is. And that's why it's not powerful. Those pictures, those words, is that what you really want to resonate with? Or is that just what you could find and they sounded good? They are not specific, but back to the point I was making, the hidden away and forgotten. I can't tell you how many vision boards I have. Some of them, I think there's one under my couch. There's some in the back of my office closet. They've been under my bed because I usually don't have a place where I want the trifold board to sit out. So if it's hidden away and you're not looking at it every single day, it's not going to do you any good. Making the vision board is not powerful. Looking at it every day and making decisions and choosing your actions based on your vision board, that's what has the power. So keep your vision board somewhere highly visible, such as in your workspace or in your bedroom. The more you see it, the more it stays top of mind. Put it on the top of your dresser. Put it in your office. Here's one of my tips. I like to be able to, one of the reasons I don't like the trifold board method for me personally is because I like to be able to change things up. If I find better pictures or more pictures, I want to be able to change it up. So I use digital vision boards. I can't show you right this second, but on my extra monitor, there's a monitor that's flashing by every minute a different image of something that I want. Right now, I've got it looking at some vans. I have a van that I want, and I've got pictures of the inside of the van flashing past, because you can tell your computer which folder to pull the images out of that it shows on your desktop. That sits there uncovered all day long, showing me images. So every time I look away from this monitor and look over there, I can see my dream and get excited about it. I also do a digital vision board on my phone. I've got some collages here with some pictures that I want, and it's set so every time I tap my phone, the collage will change to something different that I want, right? So you can put them on your phone, and that way, every time you get an image that you want, you can just save it to the folder that houses the pictures that are going to flash past. Like I said, I have a model. I have a collage template. Matter of fact, comment below if you would like me to offer that to you. It'd be free of cost if you want me to offer you my template for my phone collage, where you can put pictures in there and it just shows up on your phone. So that's 2 ways that I do that. Also, so that's on my lock screen. So I got my background on my laptop. You can also do, so I've got this rack that's meant to hold a cookbook, but I also use it in my office to hold up my vision book. I have a notebook, a journal that I use as my vision book. And inside of here are pictures and words, things that I want. And I leave it open on one of the pages on my desk, on my physical desktop all the time. So a trifold board doesn't work for me, but I like a portable option. I like a digital option that's changeable. Those are the options that work best for me to keep it from being hidden away and forgotten. Mistake number 4, there is no action plan. People think that there's some magic to making a vision board. If I put some pictures there and just stare at them, stuff's just going to drop in my lap. Anybody who still believes that in 2024, I've got some property to sell you on Mars. I got a bridge to sell you. I got some other things that you would probably like. Who's falling for that, thinking that I'll just stare at a picture and just magically it's just going to show up? The people that are successful in life are the ones that do the work attached to making the thing happen. You can't just get muscles, not going to the gym, not exercising, not eating right. You have to lift weights. You have to stay away from excess sugars, and you have to eat protein-rich foods or whatever that dynamic is. You have to do those things to get the muscles. You can't just say, oh, I just want to be muscular, and they just happen. So you have to have an action plan. You're not taking any steps towards the goal. That's why the vision board doesn't work. The vision board is fine. It's you that's not working. I guess I should say it's not the vision board that's not working. It's doing what it's supposed to do. You're not making it work. So you have to pair every goal on your vision board with an action plan, even if your action plan is delayed. Maybe one of your visions is something that you won't even start taking specific action towards until 9 months from now. You still need to have that on your calendar, have that in your plan. I'm actually about to step away and take some time to really fill in my vision for 2025 here in a few days. Looking forward to it, looking forward to looking on my map and saying, What is it going to look like to get me from here to there in 2025 and really the rest of 2024? You need to do that. For example, if you want a new home, you need to list the steps like saving for a down payment, improving your credit, researching neighborhoods. Don't just wait until the moment and then you're going to take action. The moment won't ever come if you don't take action in preparation. Mistake number 5 is that your vision board is overcrowded and overwhelming. I know that described a lot of my vision boards. You've got pictures everywhere. It's just cluttered. It's a collage, but it's not something that has any focus, and it makes it hard to prioritize what you're working towards, right? You need to focus on a few goals at a time. You can only do so much in your life at one time. Think about quality over quantity. And I remember I was guilty of this even in more recent times. I want all this stuff and I want it all next year. And that's just not feasible. That's just not what's going to happen. Your board should be aspirational, not chaotic. And if you look at your board and you can't even tell where one thing ends and one begins, and you can't immediately pick out that's one goal, that's another goal, that's another goal, that's another goal, you're not going to be able to draw inspiration from that and move towards them. So don't make your board be overcrowded to where you are overwhelmed when you look at it, or it's not going to get you what you want. Mistake number 6 is that you don't revisit or update your vision board. Another reason why I like to have my desktop background, my phone, even my vision notebook, I can add, there's blank pages and I can add things to it. Goals change over time. I had some goals at the beginning of the year that now that the longer I thought about them, they were no longer priorities to me. So I need to let those go. Most people rarely update their boards to reflect when your priorities are evolving. And that's another reason why you stop looking at it. Maybe you were looking at it at first, but then you lost interest because it doesn't really reflect what you're interested in anymore. And so you just lose interest in the board altogether. You want to make sure that you are staying inspired by your board at all times. So schedule regular check-ins. Maybe it's every month. Maybe it's every quarter to look at your images. Images are important. There's also going to be words that we need to put on our vision board. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but the images are important. Look at those images. Do you still want that? Maybe something happened in your life and you no longer want the thing you thought you wanted. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not giving up. It's shifting based on who you are today. Make sure you're reviewing your progress and refreshing the board with new images and goals as needed. Because sometimes we achieve the goals and we don't put anything else new on it. And that's another reason why the vision board doesn't seem to be propelling us forward. You haven't given the vision board anything to inspire you with. Mistake number 7 is focusing only on material goals. So vision boards often focus exhaustively or exclusively on tangible things, cars, houses, money. But I think most people would be surprised how little you're really motivated by those things. If you already work a job and you have a place to live, you might want another car, but you're not like willing to do all the work that it's going to take to change your life to get it. And that's why it's not inspirational. What about personal growth? What about relationships? What about your health? You need to have some goals in that space. Maybe it is for maybe a single person. I want to meet a person or start dating. Maybe you want to nurture your friendships. I'm going to start going out with my friends once a month, getting together with a girlfriend for coffee. I had that goal one year, is to go out a couple times a month with a friend to deepen those relationships. Personal growth. Maybe it's something with your health. Maybe it's a level of fitness. Maybe it's personal growth. You want to stop a certain habit or start a certain habit. Put those on your vision board as well. Include a mix of goals that touch all areas of your life, from your emotional well-being to skill development and meaningful connections. That's the way to have a well-rounded vision board that's going to actually propel you forward. Mistake number 8 that makes your vision boards trash and what you should do about it instead: lack of personalization. A lot of people create vision boards that reflect what other people want for you. For example, societal expectations. So you're putting on your vision board what you think you're supposed to want to do, but you can't trick your mind, right? You can't trick yourself. And you can fool yourself a little bit, but deep down, you know what you want and what you don't want. And you're not going to stick to a goal that's not really yours. Instead of what your true desires are, put your true desires there. Don't worry about what your mama going to say, what your friends are going to think, what the church is going to say, what they going to say at work, what you saw on a YouTube video about somebody else's goal. Put your goals on there, the goals you really want. Take time to reflect on what you genuinely want before you start. Your vision board should feel deeply personal and authentic to you. Mistake number 9 on these trash vision boards I be seeing out here is missing affirmations or written goals. If you don't have any affirmations, so a picture's worth 1,000 words, and our mind's thinking pictures. So yes, picture exactly what you want on your vision board. But you also need accompanying affirmations or written intentions that you can only express in words to reinforce the subconscious belief in achieving the goals. So spend a few minutes every day visualizing yourself living the life that's represented on your board. In addition, add short affirmations or I skipped to my other one. I skipped to my number 10, but add short affirmations or goal statements, right? Next to each image to create a mental connection between what you see and what you want to achieve. So for example, I've got this van that I want. I'm looking at images of the van. I'm going to place on some of my images the date by which I want to have that van, or maybe it's the amount I want to pay for that van, how much I want to have saved up, or maybe it's who I want to hire to outfit the van for me. Whatever that is, put some words there that make it real. The dates are important. That's an important part of creating a goal to begin with, is having dates there. It's easy to say 2025, but there's 365 days. There's 12 months. There's 52 weeks there. Do you want to achieve everything only by December 31st? That's going to put a whole lot of stuff off, and it won't all be able to be accomplished at the same time, because some things have to happen before other things have to happen, right? So put some dates on it. Put those on your pictures. There's easy ways to add text to pictures that you're using, especially on the desktop screens or even on your phone if you're doing a digital version like I do. Put some written stuff there about what you want to achieve. Maybe it is some of those words that we love, courage. Maybe it's your word of the year. Put that on there. Maybe it's your core values. For me, confidence, authenticity, adventure, wellness, freedom. That needs to appear there. So words are not bad. You just need to be intentional. Don't just pull the words out of the magazine if those aren't really ones that resonate with you. And then mistake number 10, and we don't want your vision board to be trashed. So mistake number 10 that you're not going to do anymore is that you have not been leveraging visualization techniques. So people will create the board, but don't take time to actively visualize themselves achieving the goal. That also ties back to number 2, which is lack of emotional connection. If you sit, it can just be 3-4 minutes a day. It don't have to be a long period of time. Picture yourself on that airplane. Picture yourself on that stage. Picture yourself engaging with your customers. Like literally run the picture in your mind, just like you do a dream, or just like when you remember somebody, you're remembering that person, or you're remembering that vacation. You just remember, I remember when so-and-so. Run it like a dream. Close your eyes and visualize yourself in that scene. That's why it's important for me to have large pictures in front of me flashing past. When I look at these pictures, this monitor is big enough, I can picture myself in that scene. Like I can feel. So visualization is also about the other senses. I literally can feel, what will it feel like under my feet when I'm walking in that place? What will it feel like on my arms and on my back when I'm leaning against whatever that seat is in the car or in the van or on stage or at my event? What is it going to smell like? What is it going to taste like? What am I going to be hearing and seeing? Okay. So spend a few minutes every day visualizing yourself living that life on your board. Imagine everything that has to do with it as if you've already achieved those goals. These are the things, these are the actions, the mistakes that you're going to undo that will make your vision boards powerful. These current vision boards, these trifold boards with stuff cut out of a magazine, time is up for that. If you have access to a color printer, you can print your pictures off. You can find things on the internet that are exactly what you want. The exact house, the exact plane, the exact cruise ship, the exact stage you want to be on, the exact look of the room when you're standing up there, when your customers are there, the look of the boutique, whatever your dream is. Find pictures, put it on your board, but do these other items I talked about today to make it real to you. That's what's going to push you ahead to pursue your purpose with persistence in 2025. Don't do one of these bland Mayo, ineffective trifold boards and then wonder why in February you're not working towards them. You need an action plan. You need to write some written words. You need to not just have material goals on there. There needs to be an emotional connection as well. You need to be specific. You need to not hide it away, but keep it somewhere where you can see it all day, every day. Don't overcrowd it with a whole bunch of stuff. Focus on a few goals, okay? And go back and revisit it and update it every day. That's going to do it for me. I'm Coach MJ with you for persistent purpose. I hope that you will continue to use what you have learned today. Be sure to share like, comment, do all the things. Follow me for more. And until next time, continue to pursue your purpose with persistence. Take